Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to ZSR number 3, and welcome to the Randomizer Standard Weeklies. It's been a while that we've been back on weekly races now, and today we have another Blitz preset. There's slight adjustments for you. There's gonna be an oath to order hint, but without further ado, let's switch on to the layout. Let's hand it off to our commentators for today, to Fifth Whammy and to Neonomicon. Take it away, it's all.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Termina. We've got MMR on ZSR, and it is the weekly. A bit of a calm before the storm here. This is the last week, Saturday weekly before the announcement of Blitz Season 2. So
yes, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this announcement. How far are we away? Like a week?
A week?
Something like that. So yeah, we've kind of fun to get this little reminder of what Season 1 was / is before the big reveal. And as our runners get started here, we do have a twin mold start.
That's right. So in Blitz,
so we will not see any East dungeons or anything of that nature.
That's right. No Stone Tower Temple. There aren't any post-temple checks past Stone Tower Temple, but if there were, they'd be jumped.
All right, and that is, I believe, a powder keg? No, that was a wallet on Cafe.
On Cafe's head. You will need to take Cafe to day 3 for that. Pojo opening up, grabbing the Straight Fairy, immediately doubling to night 1.
Yeah, so we're seeing the Fairy Guru opener from Pojo and Nasho, meanwhile, opting not to do quite that version. Looks like they're gonna go for a south push to start us off.
South opener, a very common play in MMR racing.
Guru gonna give us a cow mask.
Yes, that can be important. Blitz
Indeed.
does junk a handful of extra checks that take longer or might have you wait until midnight, but sound check is not junked. It could very much enter play once Pojo finds all 3 transformation masks.
Yeah, so I know we've been kind of just going ahead and talking about the race, but just for people who are unfamiliar with Blitz, as we read this first hint here, which is Mountain Village Way of the Hero, basically the way that it works is there's a certain amount of remains that you start with, and well, it's a random amount, right? It can be anywhere between 1 and 3, and depending on which remains that you start with, the corresponding dungeon is completely junked. So in this case, we have a twin mold start, which means that Stone Tower Temple is fully junked. You don't got to go there at all. Romani Ranch being foolish. Gorman has the required powder keg.
Well, there's sound. No, yeah, it is sound check.
Is that, speaking of sound check? There it is. It was always one remain. Okay, thank you, Marvo. And Pohut has not required Dongero's mask. And yes, thank you, Axel. Honey and Darling Dead was that first hint there. So in addition to that, in addition to the random junk dungeon, we also have a ton of junked checks. So pretty much any check that you can think of that's normally like an always hint or a sometimes hint, that is junked in these settings, as well as some annoying in-game time checks, things like Midnight Meeting, things like Toilet Hand, where you have to do a bunch of waiting for that time. Those are also junked. So I think you can realistically you can expect to skip a lot of things that normally would be required in standard. We got a P-Hat having a blast mask here, so there's our first explosive right off the bat. And yes, as our tracker KT Bean points out, Pojo is already in Mad Yoshi mode. So, probably in response to that, a sound check having required powder keg. As we learn on Natural side that Dog Race is dead.
Some real hint duplication we're seeing early. Romani Ranch foolish except for song. Powder keg required via sound check. And Dog Race off the table. We try not to repeat ourselves too much here on commentary, but the Gossip Stones
They do tend to do that for us. Woodfall being foolish on Nasho's side. And so we're seeing, yeah, that Romani Ranch, foolish except for song, but, you know, the powder keg being required is, you know, was already obvious, but the fact that it's on sound check just makes it even funnier.
Now, one of the early dilemmas our runners are going to face: do you still go to ranch for the hints? There are 5 wafts out there and 5 gossip stones in the ranch. Of course, you're not
Very
getting
true.
any text there without a keg.
And I don't think that we've only seen one, right? Mountain Village?
One Mountain Village waft, Romani Ranch, foolish except song, Whitfall foolish, and 4 sometimes ends. Not an exciting early game hint-wise, though.
Not really.
Mountain Village waft is usually much appreciated. Not as much as foolish, but it's nice to know you need something there.
Yeah, well, what checks are left in Mountain Village after the junks? We won't have to do Hugo, but Smithy 1 and 2. Is Darmani on?
Darmani is in play. So Darmani, Smithy, the springtime checks as well.
Yes. Grandma is yes. Not grandma, but bomb bag lady is jumped. So we won't be seeing runners doing that. Or all night mass purchase.
Yep, that's also jumped.
Yeah,
because it's
that's also
lady.
jumped. Yeah. Yes.
Likewise, big bomb bag purchase. It's, I think, Blitz Season 1's most significant set of junks, because that is going to affect your early game strategy as a runner. Many openers revolve around getting to the old lady, and all of a sudden you don't have to do that.
Yep. Kind of opens up the options. Not that we're seeing much variation from these two runners right off the bat. You know, we've got the Gorman race on both sides already. Lenient Gossip Stone showing us that Stockpot Inn is Way of the Hero.
Misho there, reading the Gossip Stone on Epona. Impressive horsemanship.
Horsemanship.
Horse ladyship?
So both runners now have this bomb bag. Nasho finding a Zora mask in Roach's Swamp.
Yeah. Meisho opting to divert south after the trip to horse race. Not always done, but it pays off for Meisho here.
Meanwhile, we are seeing Pojo go ahead and go, like you were saying, to ranch for these hints. We know that it's foolish, so we don't need to do any checks, but this information could be valuable. We see Road to Akana being foolish.
Yeah, probably the best outcome here for Pojo is that 2 copies of the useful hint end up in ranch. Because if your opponents pass on ranch, that could be a real edge.
Right, and so yeah, the other copy of Stockpot Inn being here is good for Pojo. Meanwhile, on Nasho's side, we want something in the tree. I didn't quite catch what it was.
I have a tough time picking that tree when I'm a runner.
Southern Swamp being Way of the Hero. There are a couple of nice spots to peek it. Especially if you're on a horse, it makes it a little bit easier to see. And that is going to be a letter to cafe for that wallet that we saw earlier.
Yes. These Split Season 1 settings date back to the pre-quest items through time era, so Meisho will want to use that paper this cycle.
Definitely, definitely. And no grandma to worry about accidentally canceling that out. In Kuko Shack, we saw the other copy of Honey and Darling being dead. So this is Pojo's last chance to gain a real edge here from these hints. Nasho finding a land title deed on Tingle. Now, what could possibly be in a gold trim chest that was foolish?
Heart containers, miscellaneous masks. It is a big chest.
It's a sword!
Ooh.
Wow! That Pojo will not complain about that. PFI being our penultimate way of the hero. Pirate's Fortress interior. You could also find Axel's ex-wife in there, it is true.
Land title deed off Tingle. Not going to resolve the Southern Swamp Waft that only Pojo knows about right now. So I don't think you'll turn down a Silver Rupee in the early game.
No, for sure, unless you already have a full wallet.
Yeah. Bank 2 and 3 are junked in Blitz Season 1, but Bank 1's still on the table.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that, Axel, but, you know. If the shoe fits. It could have also been a dead Mask of Truth, it's true.
Shoes are for Ocarina of Time trials.
True, that's very true. Pojo just spending a lot of time at low health in Clocktown, which is kind of funny to me.
Has to do with Crit Wiggle a little.
Gonna find a bow in East Clocktown.
Well, Meisho catching up on Clocktown early game work. Or maybe not, maybe it's Termina Field early game work.
Some nice recoils from Nasho.
Demonstrated fan of the Blast Mask. So,
oh, but unfortunately gonna die to that lever. Hey, there's that stockpot in Way of the Hero, Goron Mask, in Staff Room.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Pojo, you know, kind of aligned with the purpose of this opener, going to be the first to Night 3. Gonna rush that Skull Kid check. But also has this Goron Mask to kind of waste time a little bit, so it won't exactly be sitting around.
Yeah, now, Skull Kid song, not one of the songs in the song layout, but, I mean, this is Pojo's opener.
Was that true?
Some great fruit. Yeah, that is true in Blitz. I believe Blitz Season 1 dates back to before the Skull Kid song was even available as a check.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that long ago.
Yeah, it's a trip back through MMR history here.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and reset, sure enough, and see what awaits Pojo on Cycle 2. 12 minutes into the game. We're on Cycle 2 already on one side.
Very fast Cycle 1, partially enabled by the quirks of Blitz Season 1. For his trouble, Pojo has an early Goron, Great Fairy Sword, and 4 out of 5 wafts, all 3 foolishes. Now show a little behind on the information game, but is sporting the very valuable Zora mask.
This is very true. Pojo's going to go ahead and cheese right through these Dodongos with Goron Mask. And possibly with... Yeah, and also the bow is super helpful because, you know, now you can just do kind of a north push off of this.
That could very well happen. Mountain Goat Waft not being fulfilled yet, I would say, but you know something's up there.
Meanwhile, Nasho kind of letting time pass naturally. It's going to find a hook shot on Reservation. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, both runners getting into that a little later than you might normally see, for different reasons. Pojo took a whole cycle, Mission took a trip to Swamp.
Yeah, if only Nasho had the information about Pirate's Fortress, like chat's saying. probably be rushing that right now. But we're gonna see if
PFI package.
Yeah, very true. We're gonna see if Pojo can kind of snipe the north right quick. He does not know about the wallet being available, so unfortunately won't be able to do Smithy 1. But maybe if he takes long enough on day 1, he'll be able to get it done this cycle. Well, that's not true. The wallet's... He'll need at least another cycle to do it, because the wallet is behind Letter Cafe.
Yeah, Pojo will have to go to day 3 for that. With the Mountain Village Waff, you do have to consider it.
Yeah, you do have to consider that Smithy could be the answer to that.
Was that a second bow on Human Great Fairy?
That is what it looked like to me.
2 bows in Clocktown. Just morph play here, strongly motivated by Goron and bombs. Got a song coming
Very true.
down. If we get most of the extra checks there.
Now I do know that this is pre-Elder Goron, so we'll be seeing the song still on Baby Goron.
That's right, a simple song on Baby Goron. We'll also see the scrub purchase here, which does cost 200. You could take that wallet in Cafe. What will not be a threat today, though, is scrub relocation. Which, judging by players' experiences in SGL 2024, which used Blitz-like settings, is more common in Blitz than you might believe.
We've got our first song, Bossa Nova, on Baby Goron.
Given what we know on stream, Great Bay Coast very much within reach between our 2 runners.
And unfortunately for Fifth's Theory, it is not scrub purchase, it's just a piece of heart.
A bit of a relief for our runners, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
Nasha with that Zora mask being pulled west.
Yep. So maybe we'll run into that PFI hint somewhere here. As Pojo finishes off the north play with a Camaro mask in Lens Cave.
Good time to get that now. Pojo's got a lot of Clocktown work to do, including Swordsman's School and Postman's Game in West, which is a great time to route in your Rosa sisters.
For sure. Oh, Nasho gonna snipe Tingle from all the way on the beach? Never seen that before. Alright, so yeah, it looks like Pojo is gonna kind of clean up Clocktown here with some mini games. While Nasho explores the west, finding a gold rupee on Tingle, going ahead and paying for that.
Yeah, some clever Tingle play from Nasho, and some great time of day routing from Pojo. Showed up to Clocktown just before 10. This is Treasure Chest game, and when coming out of Treasure Chest game, it's time for Madame Aroma in Office that opens at 10.
Nash, we're going to quickly hit the owl and then go directly to Cape. Because unfortunately it does not have the knowledge that you should be going to PFI.
That said, Cape is a good play here.
It is.
Every check can be taken care of with the kit Nasho's got now.
Yep, and it's, you know, will be set up for GBT later. In fact, GBT, the only things we need to really full clear that are magic and one or both elementals.
That's right. Logically, it'd be magic, fire, and ice, but you can get away with just magic and ice.
Exactly. Pojo running into this hook shot on reservation, so 2 items in way of the hero stockpot in.
Yeah, in related news, thanks to our trackers for confirming that Nasho got a hookshot chest dead hint. So
thank you, yeah.
Yeah, but the chest that
that.
sits in, not going to fulfill that PFI WAF.
Alright. It's good to know. Hey, look, magic! Speaking of magic, there it is. Now,
really
unfortunately, I have a feeling that Nasho is going to take quite a while to find Goron Mask, because they're already considering Stockbot Insatisfied, and they definitely seem to be playing just very slow in-game time.
That's a good catch, Neuro. Stockpot in is double waft today. Hookshot and Goron Mask.
Yeah, so we'll see how that ends up playing out there. Nash, we're going to continue the cape play. Finish the beaver chest. Found magic on the like. As Pojo, deciding to go south, runs into the Zora Mask. Inroad to Swamp.
Here we see classic Day 2 Swamp play on Pojo's end. Neither runner has a bottle on Restream right now.
Very true.
So, yeah, Kwome might have to wait. But when you've got a Southern Swamp Waff, this is something you really want to try.
Definitely. Swamp Archery, both mini games are on, right?
Yes.
And they can both be gotten in one go.
Yeah, one quirk of Blitz is, I believe, Swamp Archery 2 is on, so this is a double check.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that. I actually did flip through my description of the settings, but yeah, it's not formally part of Southern Swamp, of course, but 2 checks is 2 checks, and if you don't get this now, it's really tough to route it in later.
Very true.
Yeah, totally agree with Pojo going for it here. Oh, look what we have. ZeldaSpeedRuns 2, a party of 31. Welcome in. This is MMR and ZSR 3. Just warming up with a Blitz Weekly in preparation for the announcement of Blitz Season 2 next week. That'll be a big show, but we've still got a great display here for you all to enjoy. 2 really sharp runners in Pojo and Meisho showing their stuff.
Nasho finding on Guru that cow mask that we know is required. And I believe that Nasho should have that information also, because that was basically just all right there in the Gossip Stone Grotto. So we just need... Oh, that's true, yeah. We just need Deku Mask, and we can have that powder keg and get that song.
Meanwhile, the Seed is really doing an impressive job providing our runners with the Great Bay Temple package. And Pojo's put most of the pieces together for that, and has the Mountain Title Deed, which will pull him in that direction.
Yeah, definitely. I think right now Pojo is just trying to make sure that that Southern Swamp Waff isn't something like Magic or an Elemental, which would really seal the deal on GBT. But he could also be going to Fortress right now, because he definitely has that information.
The trick, of course, is you have a Southern Swamp Waff, so that is an encouragement to stick around.
Yeah, but unfortunately we have seen this check already from Nasho's side, so we know it's nothing. Toilet Hand is junked in Blitz, so we will not be seeing Toilet Hand today. Pojo, it looks like going ahead and doing Mystery Woods with no bottle. So hopefully doesn't get punished by Kome. New hint. Just kidding, it's the same hint we already read.
As it stands, we're only missing one waff and one sometimes from the commentary booth here.
Was that a Moon's Tear up there, Clifford?
Could be.
Whatever it is, Nasho wants it. And Nasho, this smells like a PFI play, even though he doesn't have the hint, so could get lucky there.
Yeah. Using the blast mask for the hookshot pillar to ledge jump there.
Yeah, that was very nice. Hookshot chest being dead. Both hints found by Nasho. Neither found by Pojo.
Well, Pojo is going to see that on the way to PFI, though.
Very true. He is also going to basically learn that Swamp did not have anything for him. It will be Kome that we need to do for that.
Yeah.
So, gonna use this advantageous position to advance time while there's no cutscene.
Excellent
Yes,
catch
it
from
could
Katie
very well-
our tracker. Yeah.
Yep. The soaring tablet could be it.
There's a song there. Now the song
Songs tend to be required.
Yeah. I mean, even Elegy. Yeah. Even Elegy could be on the board.
That was wasted on that Wath hit, though. But yeah, there are, even though we do have Junked Stone Tower Temple, there is the, of course, the infamous Elegy Bean chests, which could still be on the table, like you were saying, Fifth.
Yeah, one quirk of Soaring Tablet being on is that Deku's going to lock two songs, and they're pretty close together. And today, Deku locks 3 songs thanks to Kegon Soundcheck.
Alright, so Nasho is showing us, unless I'm confused, that exterior is pretty dead, right? Didn't really see anything there.
3 checks. Nothing of note yet.
Not going to be able to go into the sewers because no Goron.
Asher does not have knowledge of the PFI Waff. Does have knowledge of Hookshot Chest Dead, so has 4 checks to do here. We know he's going to be rewarded.
Choosing to go ahead and go up the stairs first.
Chat's mentioning Ocean Title Deed in PFE.
Oh,
Thank
I
you,
guess
Chat.
there was... Yeah, okay, thank you. Alright, 1 chest dead, 2nd chest, gold. Gonna be a room key.
Key.
A 3rd item in Stockpot in, anyone?
It's possible. Only 2 checks left in PFI.
I did not know you could make that jump as human. I did not know that.
You can. It's a tighter fit. The Goron method is what I prefer, but...
Yes, but I thought you at least needed Zora to do that. That's crazy.
Directional influence is a powerful thing.
Nasho showing us how useful bomb recoils can be. Very nice recoils from Nasho. Pojo finally gonna make it west, so I imagine he'll be on Nasho's trail very soon.
Pojo's got the Waff and the full PF package. I would be surprised if we don't see that from Pojo soon.
Gonna handle Tingle a little differently. Gonna buy the heart container first and then fill the wallet. But here's a big chest. And it's Pictobox. So here might be our smart Boath.
Look at our candidates. A room key for a potential third stock by Wath, or a pictograph box, yeah, for Swamp.
Could be both.
Yeah, once you get into higher Waff counts, they do tend to stack a little more like that.
Finally gonna mail the letter on Nash's side. And Pojo does not seem to want that Moonsteer. At least not right now. And Nash showing us that it's useless anyway.
Did Pojo also pass on doing Cafe?
Yes, it would appear so. I don't think that he went up and got the letter. I think he just probably looked at it and said, I'll do that later.
We've got confirmation from Bean in chat. Thank you. No letter for Pojo.
Yeah, which is a little bit... yeah, it might have been that he showed up and it was already like 10:30.
Yeah, you've got to get it in there by like 11:20 or so.
Yep.
The app's still updated.
Katie confirming that I was correct. Imagine Blitz with importance count.
Heaven help us all.
Alright, now, did Nasho... we were talking so much about Pojo. Did Nasho do Picture of Tingle? Or not yet?
Not yet. I don't think.
Alright, so GFS should make quick work of this pirate here.
Advantage unique to Pojo sitting on that ranch.
And there it is.
The Pojo does not have magic at this time.
Oh, very true. So he will just kind of get bullied a little bit by these fish.
Bit of retracing right now on Restrain.
It happens. What is Nashville going to do next?
Very natural for our runners to be pursuing lock locations.
Yep, gonna go probably do that Picture of Tingle right now. So we'll see if Picture of Tingle is the Wath right here.
Could also opt to divert into Swamp Archery, but Wath is a Wath and a Picto is a Picto.
You cannot get his face from that angle. There you go.
We're looking at for the tip of the hat is the match.
Oh, is it really?
I think so. But yeah, you're not getting it by that angle. You do have to go around a bit.
Pojo intentionally getting tossed out in order to go to sewers, and light arrows are our Swamp Wath today.
Wow.
Potentially. Now, the curious thing about that is, we have Stone Tower Temple, Foolish, so it's not for that. So if this is the Wath, the options left are Secret Shrine, or Stone Tower Bean Chests, or Reverse Well.
Yes, potentially also Egos. That's all.
True, yes.
Yeah, it's an impressive WAF candidate. We've got magic, we've got a bow to use it. We don't have Gibdo or Garo to get up east, though.
Yes, can't quite rush Shrine just yet. Meanwhile, Pojo showing us new checks here in sewers. If there's something here, this will be pretty big because there's not a ton of likelihood that Nasho finds his way back here. That's a notebook. We need that, Pojo. Where are you going? Pojo, we need that notebook. You can't leave that notebook behind, Pojo. Go. Throwing the game. Throwing the game.
I'm afraid the notebook is going to stay in prison.
Make notebook use what's all. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
that would be so hilarious.
The Discord was suggesting, hey, what if Toilet Hand needed more paper? I mean, MMR 2.0 introduces the Zora Egg slider. Why not a paper for Toilet Hand slider?
So curiously, as chat points out, sorry, finish your thought.
Yeah, and if it goes, yeah, we could take the slider all the way to 7, and if it's 7, then you'd need a notebook.
There you go. Curiously, as chat points out, instead of advancing to get this wallet, Nasho is continuing to let time go naturally, as we find out that Bombers is dead.
Not a bad sometimes hint. Bombers is a check that can pass you by if you don't get a projectile early.
Definitely. But now we don't have to do it. Cleaning up Termina Field a little bit. I wonder if he's trying to do something in particular on this night, or is just not really... just trying to one-cycle the game. I don't know how he thinks he's gonna... If it's the one-cycle, I don't know how he thinks he's gonna do that with, you know, Romani's game being required and, you know, knowing where the keg is. So I don't think it would be that. I think it would be either something important on this night or just not wanting to think about advancing time.
In traditional settings, I would think of a 35 to 40 minute first cycle was not too long.
Pojo, this is junked. Pojo,
oh,
don't do this check. It's junked.
Forgetting about Toilet Hand being out of commission.
And it's 100 rupees that you can't even hold. Pojo, you're... I don't know what to tell you, Pojo. You bailed on required notebook, and now you're doing foolish Toilet Hand, throwing the game. Just to be clear to chat, it's a joke. Notebook is completely useless. In fact, Notebook is the only item in the game that actively loses you time because it creates more text boxes that you have to mash through.
There are...
So the fact that it is imprisoned is in fact very good. So because now we know we can't accidentally run into it.
There are actually extraordinarily rare circumstances in which the Bomber's Notebook can be marked as important.
Do those circumstances have to do with notebook entries being shuffled?
Yeah, they don't actually have to be shuffled. The condition is you can actually pause the game if you have the notebook and you've done hide and seek and you can see the bomber code.
Ah, yes.
And MMR actually considers that in logic as a way to get the bomber code. Now, it's only actually going to be relevant if notebook entries are shuffled, but in very rare cases, the importance algorithm could give that notebook a single star.
Yeah, it's only to replace like a projectile, which there are so many projectiles in the game. It's really rare for that to be even a possibility.
Like tenths of a percent rare. It's pretty ridiculously rare, right? Not a real worry, especially since we don't have importance count here.
Pojo running into magic here. And with this, I feel like I can confidently call this Pojo's lead here in early game. It's basically got everything that Nasho has and more, including information.
Yeah, the obstacle Nasho faces right now is that lack of Goron. It's not locking anything. Oh, it might be locking. It is locking New Wave Bossa Nova. And our seed is giving us a lot to go to GBT
It's
with.
begging us to go to GBT. Did Nasho just get Scarecrow's song?
I believe so.
Or use the Scarecrow to advance time? Or both?
I think it was day for Nasho.
Okay, so now Nasho going to pick up this wallet. And so this is kind of Nasho's... Nasho really needs to try and steamroll the fact that he's got the wallet in hand, and especially once they run into the Goron mask, they really gotta try to, you know, figure out if this song on Romana's game is anything to really progress the game forward, or if it's just something like Oath. That's just, oh, we need that, but we only at the very end.
Yeah, our runners still have to track down Keg. They still have to track down a logical way to melt the ice in Mountain Village. In a pinch with Goron, you could do a lensless climb. They try to spring water, but you don't even have a bottle to put it in. That's the other thing they need to track down. No bottle. Let's have our first visit to Town Archery here.
And yeah, I guess I got ahead of myself a little bit, but basically with the wallet, I'm kind of starting to bet that Smithy 1 has Deku. That's my prediction.
I mean, even if Smithy 2 has it instead, you'd have to get there through Smithy 1. The only other candidates in Mountain Village are Darmani and Springtime Chests, which two of those, since Hungry Goron off the table in Blitz Season 1. And look at Evan.
Evan having a mirror shield.
Good find for Pojo. Also had that mountain title deed off Swamp Archery that he was able to turn in. Nasho might be an interesting situation if he tries to use Swamp Archery as additional time kill here. Could still turn in the mountain title deed if he got it now, but when did you need to go to the inn, pick up that Goron, and then just soar back to Cape during final hours?
Essentially, yeah. Yeah, so I think this rules out Egos. Well, I think Egos actually couldn't have been what the light arrows point to, because you still need Mirror Shield anyway. And Mirror Shield, I think you can do Egos without light arrows. It's fire arrows that you need.
Yes. If Egos locks Keg, however, I think he would need light arrows.
Yeah. That's true, because you need the keg.
Pojo's going to go ahead and divert to Pinnacle Rock. There's that Goron for Nasho. And if, comboing it with Room Key, which isn't it. Yeah, we have a confirmed Light Arrow's Waff, because Room Key didn't lead to anything.
Yep. Okay. Lemons!
No lemons. Romani Ranch is foolish.
No lemons!
Well, I went to the grocery store and they're starting to put out their seasonal Easter stuff out. There were plenty of lemons.
We're getting our first observatory play 43 minutes into the game. And we're finding a gold chest in the bomber's hideout chest. Let's see what it is.
Both runners have dodged observatory.
Captain's hat.
Whoa.
Pojo going to be the first to enter a dungeon here in GBT.
Yeah, Pojo making the GBT play. There's a lot there, and we've got to remember chest fairies are on.
Ooh, true.
That's extra density for temples.
Yeah, they really wanted that temple density. You don't want to... The idea is you want to be incentivized to rush the dungeon. You want to find as much of the game in the dungeon as possible, because that just makes the game overall faster if you're not just wandering around the overworld. But rando still be rando. So, of course, we're still going to have sound check required for Powder Keg. And who knows what else.
Yeah. Axel, while we try not to advertise too much here on ZSR, I can confirm that it was no longer a question for me. I already bought a pack of eggs.
What is this on the moons tier here? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
That's double magic.
Yeah, Kate even got there before us. Magic on Observatory. I was too busy thinking about Reese's.
At least somebody's doing their job around here. Thanks, Katie. Oh, I did not think that Goron roll was going to make it. Nice job, Pojo.
Wow. Bigger news from the Observatory. Captain's hat and a waft for Icona Graveyard.
Oh, I guess that's our last waft, this graveyard. I didn't even register that. I just saw Icona. I was like, oh yeah, we got an Icona hint already. But that was Road to be kind of foolish, not a waft.
Yeah. The road is foolish, the graveyard is not. And
indeed.
Wow. Observatory, all our minds here on Restream.
So Natural finding a little bit of an advantage here with that information plus the tools to go and utilize that information immediately. See what it gets for him. Meanwhile, Pojo in GBT, kind of clearing out what he can. Unfortunately, without any elementals, is not going to be able to finish the dungeon. Unless one of them is waiting for them here, which it could.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of density here, but it is not a risk-free play. If ice arrows do not turn up, Pojo will have to exit and would hope to be able to come back within the cycle to keep that valve progress.
Yeah. So Night 2, that could be a possibility, but you don't want to hold on to it too much because you do know that you still need at least another cycle or two to finish LTK, get the keg, do something with the keg. Here's a postman's hat, which could lead to ice arrows.
Potential force GPT dip. That's just setting up Scarecrow Song again.
A letter to Mama, which could lead to ice arrows.
Oh, paper and GBT. I will note that Postman's Freedom is on the junked list in Blitz. So if we need
gotcha,
that
so it would have to be
yeah.
Madame Aroma, understood.
Aroma and Bar.
Pojo's already done one junk check. Nasho, meanwhile, doing a north push. I don't think there's anything new that he can do here, so this will just be retracing. But we'll run into the Bossa Nova, so might be hot on Pojo's heels soon.
Yeah, one upside of going here earlier in Blitz is that Powder Keg Challenge is one of the joint chests, so you're not punished for visiting the village without fire arrows.
Gotcha. Pojo hopefully going to try to make short work of Wart with this GFS.
Jump slash Wart GFS, not an easy thing to do. Pojo resorting
It's really not. You've got to be very precise with it. So yeah, Pojo opting to just clear away some of the bubbles first. Then maybe try to get the jump slash. But you can't do it if you're going to target the bubbles. because that'll just throw you off your positioning. I like to face away from him and then turn towards the camera and then press Z again, so that way there's no way it can target. But still going to get the jump slash, and that method is going to skip cycle 2 entirely. So very well done.
Big chest on board.
Phase 2, I meant to say. Oh, the simultaneous chest open. There's our Arcana access. So now we can go to Shrine.
Yeah, Shrine's on the board. That Ocean Title Deed from PFE on the board. But
yeah,
Pojo
you mean the one that Pojo gave to the toilet hand for Foolish Toilet Hand?
Well, at least it's in PFE, so the regrab's not so bad.
Yeah, true. If he remembers. Nasho, finishing up Goron Village, is going to next head to Road to Snowhead, past the Snowhead. Because we can't exactly do Smithy 1 right away just yet. We need either a bottle or fire arrows.
And that is why Nasho set up Scarecrow's song for the pillar.
I see. And okay, I thought the snowball ate the bomb for a second. I didn't even see what was on the pillar, did you?
Whatever it was, Nasho wasn't interested.
Clearly. Hey, look, a bottle of gold dust!
Oh
no, so now we really need to figure out how to melt that ice, otherwise we'll have to reset and use that bottle and then get the gold dust again.
Meanwhile, the postman's hat that Pojo found in GBT led to an empty bottle.
I see.
Both runners have bottles now.
Well, one runner has a bottle and one runner has a very occupied bottle.
Now that you have a wallet and a bottle of gold dust, maybe there's a case for lensless climb here for Nasho. Formally,
very well might be, but unless he finds the next bottle, he'll have to reset for that.
That's true. That's true, you're right. You would need 2 bottles. Can't hold the gold dust and the hot spring water in the same bottle.
Pojo doesn't know that Graveyard is Waff, so he will be skipping that for now.
Yeah. Has not visited an observatory, no captain's hat. And that's where the Waff is sitting, too.
Exactly. Nasho also looks like he's heading that direction, but I have a funny feeling we're going to end this journey in a different spot.
Big chest on road to Icona Pillar, but that's foolish.
Bunny hood on the ledge.
Huh. Piece of heart.
We know Dog Race is dead. It's double hinted dead, really. Suppose we're gonna go ahead and get up here to hit this owl out of logic first. And then most likely go to Shrine. With 1 heart.
Good thing there's a fairy by the owl, and I think some healing in the initial shrine room. Nasho getting the interior waff, but has already been there. It does offer good info about light arrows, though.
Yeah, if you can piece it together.
Nasho is missing the Southern Swamp Waff, which Pojo found in Ranch, though.
Pojo wanted to bottle the fairy, but missed.
It's good thinking. You know you're facing Wart, and Wart can hurt.
Alright, and Pojo is going to enter Shrine. While Nasho enters the graveyard.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, on Pojo's board, there's Shrine, there's Observatory, maybe some one-offs here and there. I don't think we've heard from Terminal Field Business Scrub on Restream.
We have. Nasho found that it was just a piece of heart, I believe.
Okay. A chef worth thinking about with a wallet in hand.
Alright, it's not the Dongos.
Theme for the Restream right now is synchronized fighting in caves.
Indeed.
Link does a lot of
If you're Pojo right now, you're really hoping that this is where the light arrows are pointing. If it's not here, you're gonna have to start thinking about like mirror shield chest, which you can't do right now without fire arrows. Or the rest of the well, which you can't do right now without Gibdo Mask. Or something like Egos, which you can't do right now without fire arrows. Or inverted stone tower, which you can't do right now without a bean.
Right, I do not believe our runners have found a loose bean.
Nope. Let's see what the song is in Graveyard. It's Elegy. So if this is the only thing that we find in Graveyard, then we know that Pojo is wasting his time. Oh yeah, there is a bean in the tracker cage. Hey Axel, could you deliver that to our runners? They'd probably really appreciate it. No, but you do look like somebody in the tracker cage who does what we say.
Nasho certainly wanted to look into day 2. Great.
Yes,
Trouble.
starting to have trouble with these blast mass recoils.
Yeah, has no loose bombs. Has to use the blast mask. It's what, the second wart in a 10-minute period for Pojo?
Definitely, definitely. Natural finally getting that blast mass recoil. I usually have to pause buffer those. It's incredible that he's doing it without any sort of pausing.
Blast mask. It could happen, Dave. Yeah, loose beams in MMR can be way of the hero. They can be in logic. And our runners haven't found any yet.
Nasho, careful! Nasho! Oh my gosh. He's gonna shoot him.
When you're feeling nervous.
Meanwhile, in Shrine, we find Deku.
Deku.
And in Graveyard, here's the real way of the hero.
Is the Bean Chest Dream alive?
It's All Night Mask. So let's find out about this. I think that does this Deku rule out Elegy then?
I wouldn't say that. It would be the All-Night Mask that would rule out Elegy.
Yeah.
Because if the Bean Chests are available, you need Elegy no matter what. You
Very
still need
true.
to go get a bean, but...
Chat points out this is just more stockpot in Wath. Pojo gonna
Remember-
immediately go do this sound check, which makes a lot of sense. We do need this keg.
Yeah. And then you'll have to cycle and buy it again. No way around that.
Nasho did not skip New Wave. Nasho does have New Wave. Thank you, trackers.
Yeah, what Nasha really wants to know right now is that all-night mask in Iconic Graveyard worth something valuable? If not, then we need bean chests.
Oh my god, Piece of Heart! That's go mode!
You know, a couple weeks ago, that might have been true.
Sorry, that was a couple weeks ago, my bad.
Ice
And
arrows.
arrows. That's pretty way the hero. Okay, so we can rest easy about bean chests, at least for now. Because the graveyard waft is satisfied, the light arrow waft is also satisfied. So on the side of Nasho, we've got the tools to completely beat GBT. And that looks like precisely what he's going to do right now. Meanwhile, on the side of Pojo, we know about the Southern Swamp Waft. We've rushed it. We've rushed past it and found this Deku that's going to get us the required keg. And so we'll see if that leads to anywhere or just to Oath.
Impressive divergence and a happy 1 hour for both our runners in one way or another, and us too. You're watching MMR on ZSR 3. We've got a Blitz weekly today. Thanks to our runners, Pojo Lone Wolf and Meisho Dodo, aka Nasho, on stream. Or maybe it's the other way around. I'm Fifth Whammy here with Neuronomicon in comms, and we've got Axel Ryman and Katie Bean on tracking.
And thank you, of course, to Trez for restreaming, and whom you can also blame if you hate today's seed. But if you like today's seed, be sure to thank Muervo.
Yes, chat. Nasho has the full GPT package, could get through all the way.
Yeah. Now, to note, it's not logical. So if Nasho finds anything past Wart, it will not lead to fire arrows. And as chat pointed out earlier, our only unsatisfied wath is Mountain Village, and that's pretty much gotta have fire arrows at this point. I'm not thinking of any other scenario.
Let's see. Well, Bean, my theory is that Nasha will go Shrine with the all-night mask confirmed. That's the waft for Iconic Graveyard, and Elegy is not necessarily valuable. But thank you. You're still very valuable on tracking, even if beans end up not being helpful in this seed.
Yeah, so I'm not so sure because Nasho doesn't have the Swamp Wath information. He did not mark down the answer to Axel's question, which is what was in Pirate's Forge's interior. We know that it was Room Key, which didn't lead to anything, and we know that it was Pictobox, which led to which led to light arrows in the swamp. So unless Nasho remembers that wath led to this ambiguous item, this light arrows and a twin mold start blitz, might not necessarily know that these light arrows are valuable at all.
That's true. Nasha never did find that Southern Swamp Waft, which helped point to the light arrows.
And meanwhile, that song behind Keg is Sonata.
Wow. Pojo just needs Goron and Oath song-wise, neither of which we've seen.
Yeah, where could those be at this point? They could both be behind Deku right here.
Yeah. elsewhere in the inventory, and this is the main concern for Pocha right now. The captain's hat leading to ice arrows.
Yes, so we do have to go at some point to Observatory. We do have to learn not only that Graveyard is Wath, but that the captain's hat is sitting there waiting for you to pick it up. And so both of those being localized together like that,
yeah,
it's a little bit scary.
Yeah, Caving reminds us we still have a Mountain Village Waft to fulfill. And, our top candidate for that right now is Fire Arrows or something leading to it.
Definitely. I really... And you have to think about that, because we've full cleared Mountain Village except for Smithy. Well, we've full cleared Mountain Village except for things that are basically locked behind Fire Arrows or some substitute. So you really start to think about, logically, you really start to think about Lens of Truth and where that could be. Because you're either using that to climb up to Darmani's grave to get the hot water, or you're having to use a Gibdo mask and some BS to get hot water out of the well. Which also doesn't sound fun.
I mean, could it be a lens somewhere else leading to Darmani? And you need healing, too.
Very true.
Pocha secures Oath in Deku Palace. Not wasting any time checking his songs in the south. That climbs a lot. Big chest in the Bean Grotto. Pocha's investing in a bean. Doesn't even have Elegy yet, but...
It is allowed Okay, hi. Sorry, I'm refreshing. I seem to have had some sort of internet hiccup.
Light Arrow's already locked Deku, so that waft is... The purpose of that waft has been already confirmed. Doesn't mean it can't lock more. Huh, and Pocho grabs healing.
Okay, I'm back. I missed basically all of Deku Palace.
Palace had Oath, Soaring Statue had healing.
Gotcha.
Katie Bean reminds us healing could be waft too.
Yes, like we were just talking about. It could be for Darmani for Fire Arrows, so we would just need Lens. It seems like no matter what, we need Lens in order to get anywhere in Mountain Village, at least logically.
I think so. Maybe the alternative logic is Gibdo for Lens Hot Spring Water?
For well, yeah.
No, yeah, not Lens Hot Spring Water. Oh. But we're very much into the dungeon phase of the game. Nashu has been able to proceed past where Pocho stopped. Pocho did have to cycle, and we'll have to start GBT all over again.
Good save by Nasho.
I think our 2 remaining songs, Boss Blue Warp and Egos, have the 2 remaining checks, and the songs on the board left are Lullaby and Storms. Lullaby we need. Storms? I mean, we can't rule out Pamela. Pamela for lands, Pamela for Gibdo.
Indeed. Second bottle for Nasho. So Nasho, unfortunately, a bit too late to kind of do Smithy 2 this cycle, but could have a Smithy run next cycle out of Logic.
I believe Nasho did elect to skip Wart. And that's important because Wart's got a Garrow's Mask.
Oh, yes.
Remember, audience, the Great Fairy Sword was in Romani Ranch, which is foolish. But Pojo went there for the hints and got the GFS as a bonus, and that's a really nice thing to have against Ward. And we really haven't had any other sword upgrades or combat upgrades this seed.
Inside of Woodfall, we find a Swamp Deed, which could be useful. Are we at deed percent? We are.
We are D%. We are paper percent.
Indeed.
We've installed the notebook, but yeah, Pojo has standards.
FD here in GBT.
Huh. A nice easy FD right along the critical path in GBT. But if that was a ward skip on Nasho's end, that's gonna sting.
It's not FD anywhere, but that will still save Nasho some time on this boss fight and all upcoming boss fights.
Yeah, 1 3/4 hearts, a bit dangerous against George if you didn't have FD. But Seesaw Room fixes that for Nasho. Oh. Water Spout playing tricks on Nasho here. Pojo making some clean water of his own in Woodfall Temple. I want to point out here, Nasho has 2 bottles, Pojo has only the bottle with gold dust. I'm not sure it has gold dust in it right now. So,
I think it still does. I don't think he sold it or anything.
did. Or what's he not?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a big
Nasho.
chest.
Nasho went to. Wait, Pojo has an empty bottle from Postman Hat
Yes.
by way of GBT. That's what happened. And Nasho had a milk bottle and a bottle of gold dust, which.
Yes. Nasho just got this milk bottle in like a late GBT.
Pojo finding Mask of Truth in Woodfall Temple. That is foolish. Dog color does not match contents today.
Nasho could be bailed out by Gibdo, but if Gibdo is here, then that means, and it's no, it's not. That can't lead to fire arrows logically if it's here.
And Lullaby.
And we score on Lullaby. Okay, so we know where all of our dungeon songs are.
I'm not sure how a Snowhead Temple dip is going to succeed right now. Nasha might try it anyway.
And we can deduce that Egos has storms.
Huh.
Hey Pojo, you kind of need your stick to still be on fire. Oh, okay, that's fun.
Good shooting.
Yep, so Pamela cannot lock fire arrows because fire arrows lock Pamela.
Yeah, it's a good bit of a way into the Blitz Seed, and both runners have something lurking in dark corners. For Nasho, it's that Gyro's Mask on Ward. For Pojo, it's that Captain's Hat in the Observatory.
Very true.
Well, technically Bomber's Hideout.
Yeah, the Bomber's hideout had that, Captains. And the hint for a graveyard was in the observatory itself. There's a sword.
Sword. A sword upgrade that Nasho is not going to have access to.
And yeah, just to clarify, because I do see the Wath command, Southern Swamp Wath is the light arrows, which lock Deku in Shrine. And they are locked by the Picto Box that we found in PFI.
And very possibly the healing on the Southern Swamp Storing statue as well, thanks to that Mountain Village Waff waiting in the wings. We had significant divergence in routing this race. Both runners are missing a Waff. Pojo missed Observatory, Nasho swept the ranch.
Oh, there's another bottle. So we're finding kind of in mid-game all the bottles.
Nasho did cycle away that gold dust. If gold dust ends up being important, it's a pretty easy re-grab off of the Path to Snowhead Grotto. Those are going to notch up the first remains of the day.
Yeah, I've always found that room to be the weirdest room in the entire game, where just kind of this dead body falls from the ceiling and then you get a remains. It's so strange.
Pojo had a GFS in hand. It was just a bit of light exercise.
Yeah.
And Nasho's got FD, so not a good day for Adalwa. It hardly ever is.
Nasho gonna try to pull out some tricks to skip some fire arrow requirements here. Not gonna be able to finish the dungeon, but if something is here, doesn't want to miss it.
Pojo remembering non-human Great Fairy. It's a heart container.
Okay, yeah, that has definitely burned some runners. Definitely seen that happen.
Yeah, human Great Fairy is going to be a bow.
To answer a question in chat, ice arrows were on Grandma in Stockpot Inn. We're requiring the all-night mask from Graveyard Night 2, which requires a Captain's Hat from Bomber's Hideout chest. Another bottle!
Nasho up to 4. I think we've seen 5 bottles on recent.
We have, yeah.
Unless Nasho did his postman's hat. Kato will go away on reset, whether it's the bottle contents or the actual infinite magic effect.
KT, what did Pojo do? I missed something.
Pojo found a couple's mask, did the check, did not proceed into Bomber's hideout.
Oh, yeah, true.
A chance to be pulled back toward progression, and it slips past Pojo.
I still do not know what's on the pillar, but nobody wants it.
Yeah. Trouble is, with that Goron Lullaby and Boss Blue Warp, that's another dungeon that excites Pojo, and Snowhead Temple is a even denser place of chest fairies. Both runners have a lot to do,
Indeed.
and it's maybe a little bit before they work out what passed them by.
Yeah, so Pojo unfortunately gonna be retracing here instead of doing Observatory.
Aiming a clever roll at the switch. Well done. 2 checks on the lower level of Snowhead Temple that logically require fire arrows, but Nasho shows us the way around those. Great tools to have in your kit for all aspiring runners.
So to answer your question, chat, yes, Bank 2 and 3 are not turned on.
That's right. So it's still a suspicious wallet, thanks to that Mountain Village waft. But
Yeah, you really gotta start to assume that it's Smithy 1 or or 2.
And Pojo's, that's another item that's passed Pojo by. You think he's seen it, that letter to Cafe on the RTSS tree and the wallet on Cafe's head, but
So if you're Pojo right now, you're kind of hoping to maybe not struggle as much with some of these tricks as Nacho did. And Nacho, meanwhile, has escaped Snowhead and is looking to do... I'm not sure what Nacho is doing right now.
Nasho's possibilities are narrowing without that Icona access.
Indeed.
A Gibdo and Snowhead Temple would have been a real gift for Nasho here, but no such luck.
There's another bottle for Pojo that Nasho already found.
Prepping the rupees, gonna prep the gold dust. And I think we're gonna see a lensless climb attempt from Nasho.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, with all these bottles, with the wallet pointing towards it, with all this equipment and the unsatisfied Wath here in Mountain Village, you really gotta answer that question: is it on Smithy, or do I need to go start looking for healing and lens?
Yeah, we're really suspecting fires here. We can safely rule out springtime, I'd say. But yeah, if it's Darmani, we need lens.
It seems like one way or another, this Wath leads to fire arrows. But Nasho about to do it and then decides to sword a Clock Town instead. Possibly just wanting to not accidentally miss the Rosa sisters here.
It's true. Also has Postman Hat on the C buttons. Also a nice check to do if you need a bit of a break to think. Nasho is in the position where he might be able to use that.
Skillfully done with that roll.
First try, well done.
Yeah, so I do think Pojo is moving a little bit faster through Snowhead than Nasho did.
Now both runners, one remains on the board in addition to their starting remains. Pojo has Woodfall Temple done, Nasho has Great Bay Temple done. Pojo made a GPT dip early, was rewarded with the Garrow's Mask on Wart, but could not finish GPT before cycling.
So both runners now at bomb back percent. Nasho now having 5 bottles and Pojo having 2.
Got some really respectable thinking from the Wayfaring Fox in chat. Always a sharp mind on logic, and pointing out that, you know, those lower level chests in Snowhead that were locked behind fire arrows, do you really need them here?
Yeah, that is a good point. Unfortunately, another reminder though that we on Restream are the ones that know that fire arrows are the last thing we need. Pojo has not found the captain's hat, and Nasho has not found Ikana access. We know where both of those things are. But if you're either of our runners, you don't necessarily know that fire arrows don't lock anything.
That's a great reminder, Nero. Nevertheless, I do appreciate that logical thinking from chat. It's, you know, a good thought to keep in mind when you're running Snowhead, especially in the late game. But
yeah, the Deku is in Shrine, which Nasho really messed up by skipping Wart, which has Garo Mask, which is the only way right now that we know to get there. Meanwhile, Pojo gonna pick up a Cafe Mask. I don't think Nasho did this. Unless I just was paying too much attention to Pojo at that time.
Sure, Nasho did either. Now, Midnight Meeting is not on the board in Blitz, it is junked, but
it is junked.
Madame Aroma and Bar is there. That Letter to Mama in GBT.
Yeah, Letter to Mama was in GBT, so that is on the table.
The upside for Pojo here is that eventually you're going back to GBT anyway. You've just got to track down those ice arrows, and for that he's got to go to Graveyard. So yeah, Aroma and Bar. That would be much worse for Nasho, who would have to go back to GBT. But Nasho might have to go back to GBT anyway because of work.
And up here is a Keaton Mask. So unfortunately a lot of bait here in Snowhead Temple that both of our runners are going to fall for because they don't necessarily know the Go Mode logic quite yet. Nasho, having completed the out of logic lens climb, gonna go for these smithy checks. So theoretically should run into fire arrows on one of these checks. If he does not, then we know that it must be Darmani, basically. We know that. Nasho might think that maybe fire arrows are somewhere else and that we need springtime, but
Nasho taking the time to take care of Hot Spring Water Grotto as well.
Yep, don't want to miss that.
If you're going to make the climb, get a free check in the bargain.
Pojo looks to be threatening to do lensless climb as well, which prompts me to ask, is it really true, as you were saying, that you need, in this randomizer, you need to do Smithy 1 first and then do Smithy 2? Because I've never known that to be the case. I'm pretty sure that if you have the gold dust and to be able to melt, that's what I thought. So yeah, we should be able to do Smithy 2 by itself here.
Gaben and Fox and Shaq confirming that OOTMM is more flexible about Smithy time, but here we got to do it day 1, and here we got to do it day 2. And I think even in OOTMM, you've still got to do 1 and then 2 in that order. So you do have more.
Yeah, so I think you're misunderstanding. Chad is telling me that I'm correct, I think.
Oh, okay. I've gotten into OOTMM recently, so now I have to consider a bunch of things about the randomizers that I haven't before.
I've also played a couple multi-worlds recently. Shoutouts to Shane's Butterbucks of Multi-Worlds. But I do still think I know this randomizer better than I know that randomizer. And that being said, there are the fire arrows there on Smithy 1. So Nasho confirming that for us, and so we are in no mode here on Restream. Unfortunately, Nasho gonna keep going because doesn't know where account access is, doesn't even know that he needs account access, doesn't know where Deco is.
Okay. All right, now I get it. Yeah, and this one you can do Smithy 2 on its own. That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Yeah, but as I was also starting to piece together, you know, the fact that we did find like the wallet chain. Wait, was the wallet chain related to any watts, or was it just free letter to cafe? And Pojo just never got it.
Pojo just never got that letter to the cafe and did the wallet.
Oh, chat brings up a good point, and I do see now on National's tracker that he has updated that information, which includes kind of that. You know, he doesn't know that Swamp is Wath for the light arrows themselves, but he does have it marked now that Fortress Wath led to the lights, so he should at least know that lights are required for something, but missing that Akana access, which unfortunately we know that it's on the GBT ward that he skipped. So unless Gibdo is somewhere... Hey, look, Lens! So both of these are on Smithy. That's so funny.
Oh. That is...
But it does make me scratch my head a little bit, because as Chad is also saying, that means that this is a well hot spring water seed, which means that we do need to find Gibdo somewhere, which means that Nasho should get bailed out by it at some point. And the only question is, will he understand that fire arrows don't lock anything, or will he do a bunch of checks that are behind fire arrows and never find the Gibdo? Because now we know that Gibdo can't be behind there.
Well, thankfully there are too many chests that checks that fire arrows hard lock, and some of them are in Snowhead Temple, which you need to do anyway for progression. But yet the logic really is astonishing. You are expected to go to the well because you can't get the Lens of Truth without the hot spring water, and you
can't get fire arrows without the hot spring water.
Yeah.
So as Chad is pointing out, the Gibdo Nasho might still be, as one might say, in hot water, because the Gibdo could still be just locked behind Garo. Although there's not a ton of places where that could be the case. We know that Pohut is dead. We've seen Olive Shrine. We just don't know about the well itself and about Castle and Bean Chests. So yeah, it could be just Light Arrow locked up there, but we'll just have to see if we even find that, or if Pojo just ends up being able to, or even Nasho just ends up being able to beat the game without finding because he just went back for Wart. So honestly, I kind of want to open up a bet for Gibdo. Even though we don't technically need it here on Restream. Just for fun, just to see like how spicy the logic is. Like, where is Gibdo Mask?
I think that would be extraordinary entertaining. I'm in favor. Can we get a bet for Gibdo, please? I don't know how that actually happens.
I believe the Restreamer has to do that, so I don't know if Trez is awake or listening right now. Oh, Axel can do it? Axel, you would be my hero if you could do that.
Which are now taking the lens, going back up to Darmani to heal.
Oh yes, because Pojo has that. And Pojo doesn't know how to get fire arrows yet. He doesn't know how to get the ice arrows yet.
Now, extra lens logic is on as opposed to say 6 and 6, so lens locks Darmani. Shiro's off the table because of Road to Icona Foolish. We know the pillar's dead in Path Snowhead. I mean, if he's following Lens logic, he might go for... Well, heck, maybe he tries for Egos and then Pamela. Although without Ice Arrows, he really shouldn't be doing that, but...
Yeah.
It's the kind of seed where you're going to be doing a lot of searching. We've seen, you know, out-of-logic lensless climbs from both our runners here. And to be honest, it is the correct call in a racing situation.
Definitely. So Axel, there's no spoiler log for the seed? Just none at all?
I'm hoping in the future there's a way to implement some sort of spoiler system for race seeds.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how Morvo genned the seed, but I know that he did it not with he generated a patch file. He didn't do the race time integration.
Okay, in that case we might still have it.
So yeah.
Well, now that my brain is thoroughly scrambled.
Yeah. So yeah, if Morvo is able to provide us with a spoiler log, then we could absolutely take bets on Gibdomask. Just keeping in mind that it locks Fire Arrows and Lens of Truth. And yes, bow percent on the side of Pojo. Pojo, we're about to do Bombers, which is a hinted dead check, unfortunately.
The hints was in Northeast Termina Field, which I believe Pojo skipped.
Shiro is on, but it is in Foolish Road to Akana.
If I'm counting properly, we had all 3 bows in Clocktown this sea.
I think you're right.
2 in North Clocktown, 1 in East. Actually able to do his Keaton quiz in springtime. It's the right direction for Pojo to be going, but the wrong check. We see that Gibdo is required, and so far we haven't seen it elsewhere besides Ward.
Oh, here goes Pojo. So if Pojo chooses to go all the way through Observatory, then not only will he have this captain's hat, but he'll have the information that Graveyard is the final way of the hero.
Yeah, because, yeah, given the song layout, the captain's hat itself might not convince Pojo to go there immediately. You would want
Exactly.
the lock,
He's got all of the songs that he needs.
Captain's hat, he turns left.
Okay, this is promising. Yep. Yeah, so this is gonna seal the deal for Pojo. He's gonna get the captain's hat. He's gonna find the Wath and Graveyard leading to Ice Arrows. And the only thing left not in Pojo's possession is the wallet to take care of Smithy 1. But he knows where it is. He knows that it's on Cafe, and he knows that it's on... He knows that the letter to Cafe is in Road to Swamp. The only thing he doesn't know is that Lens is not the Mountain Village Wath.
Some significant time of day action ahead for Pojo. He'll have to cycle, acquire the letter, drop it off, visit the Graveyard, come back, get that wallet, cycle again, go to Smithy 1. piffle off for Pojo.
Yep. Yeah, immediately choosing to reset because he wants to rush that.
Nacho trying fire arrows out. Still was missing Deku in Icona access, so not going to be able to use fire arrow logic to eliminate too much. Nacho never did do swamp archery. This would have been a good opportunity for Pojo to remember Wallet, but he's soaring away.
Yep, indeed. So, what was I going to say? Nasho's screwed until he either finds Gibdo or goes back for GBT Ward. Pojo needs to somehow figure out that Lens is not the Mountain Village Wath. He is going to full clear Lens checks, it looks like.
This is a graveyard play. He does have the root to Icona Foolish.
Yeah, he doesn't have a potion, so this is not Shiro, and he does have the road to Icona Foolish. But other than that, what other lens checks remain? Kamaro. So I'm thinking of healing checks. What other lens checks remain that could clue Pojo in that we don't need this lens?
This is using the old style lens logic, but even so, without fires, you're not going to be applying that logic to, say, Iconic Castle Pillar, and you don't have ice arrows either. But Pojo's on the way to ice arrows. Of course, those are behind all night mass, so even more time of day shenanigans for Pojo.
Indeed.
What a tangle. Especially if you don't know you need that letter to Cafe.
Exactly. So if you're in that position, you find this lens, you know that it can't be hot spring water from Darmani's grave to get it, but you think it's the way of a hero somehow. What is that telling you? What is, what are you going to go and do to figure out that that's not the case? Yeah, you basically just checked Armani, and Pojo's already done that, so
yeah, the key is to see that
maybe he's already figured that out.
Yeah, you got to see your lens doesn't lead to anything, and then you got to keep searching. But Pojo doesn't have the full picture. No ice arrows yet.
Yes, this is true. We have not seen Lapfish.
Bottle Star in the early game. Gibdo and Ladfish would be... That's not that. Without that Deku, Nasha lasts healing, so...
Did Pojo just skip Night 1 Iron Knuckle? He knows that he can't possibly need the song somehow? Or maybe he just wants to do this first, just as a bet.
When your songs are Elegy and Storms, and you feel like you're behind, there's only a maximum of 4 checks behind this in the current those songs in the current situation, and you're lacking ice arrows.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, that was our trackers flickering the ice arrow icon.
I don't know that Pamela could have Vanilla Gibdo because, yeah, Gibdo... The fire arrows lock that. Because Egos has storms.
You need fire arrows to beat Egos. and Mask. Nasho has Ranch Foolish.
I'm starting to think Fox is right, that Pojo doesn't remember the wallet.
I'm trying
Because,
to
yeah,
remember. Yeah. Pojo rushed Laundry Pool.
Yeah, no, they both saw the wallet. That was the first thing that both runners saw, was this wallet on Cafe. And so either Pojo doesn't remember that, or he forgot to actually look at the road to Swamp Tree and see the letter to Cafe.
Yeah, it could also be a misidentification of the RTSS tree, and Pojo did do Swamp Archery. If Pojo
Here's the Ice Arrows for Pojo.
Ice Arrows for Pojo. Final day for Pojo. Pojo's soaring. Amazingly enough, per the trackers, our runners have all their bows and all their bomb bags.
Yes.
But you might not be making a connection that obscure. Okay, well, if Ice Arrows, Pojo's going to push progression.
Axel, I don't. If he misidentified the wallet for the bomb bag, I just really don't see how, because it's such a different color, and also it has that prominent gem on the front. Like, I thought when I first saw it, I thought it was a keg, just because of the light colored circle on the front.
Well, Pojo's also been playing a lot of OTMM lately, and that does not have the Cafe Peaks.
That is true.
Pojo does not have the letter to Cafe location marked on his tracker. That's
Yeah. So that tells me that he forgot to look, or he misidentified it on the tree. Second Goron roll in a row. Very nice. Yeah, Pojo gonna go ahead and get GBT done while the getting's good.
Gibdo.
Oh, on Kome?
Kwame had Gibdo.
All right, so that is a bailout. That is Southern Swamp Wath, which again, Nasho still doesn't even have that hint. He doesn't know.
I don't think we ever made the bet official, but if you said Kwame, you're the winner. Congratulations.
You're the winner. Congratulations. If you said Kome. So the question is, what does Nasho... How quickly does Nasho realize that this is what he needs to do?
I grant you that, Axel. Somewhere Stupid is a foolproof bet late in the game.
I think he's starting to piece it together.
Imagine getting Somewhere Stupid as an official WAF in the middle of the seed. It appears that Somewhere Stupid is on the way of the hero. So, it's an okay day to be a wart skipper.
I guess so. As long as you route in Kome late in game. Yep, and this is an east push from Nasho, so I would guess that he is on his way to Shrine.
That's the dangerous thing about, you know, bottle starved early in mid games, is that Labfish and Kwame can really sneak up past you. I don't think we were discussing this on the restream. I'm really glad I did commentary for this one, because I need good commentary practice with the new tournament coming up.
Oh yeah. So is there gonna be a Blitz tournament and then Season 7?
After the current roadmap is Blitz Season 2, Mystery Season 3, and then Main Tournament Season 7.
Wow, we got quite the lineup coming up. I'm excited for all of those events.
Oh yes, and I've already been doing plenty of research into Mystery. I mean, and by research I mean playing entrance shuffle seats. And
oh, I'm so excited for Entrance Shuffle. I cannot wait for the chaos.
It's really freaking cool.
The bottle location of the city. Let me see if I remember. The postman's hat was in GBT. That led to an empty bottle. And that was the first one that Pojo found. And then Nasho ran into like 4 of them in a row. And I'm trying to remember where they all were. 2 in Snowhead Temple. Path to Snowhead had the gold dust bottle, right?
It did. It did. Probably the easiest bottle to come by. All you gotta get is Goron, bombs, magic, and a bow, and those all came.
And then the milk bottle was here, right where Pojo is in GBT, which Pojo may get it, may skip it. Looks like he's skipping it.
Yeah, the catch for Nasho is that Goron did not come early for him because of stock bought in.
Yes.
Pojo's Ranch Rush paid off. Even though Ranch was foolish, getting to Staff Room earlier is pretty darn nice when it's going on.
Is this Egos from Nasho?
You've just gained access. You're still missing Sonata of Awakening, remember?
Ah, yes.
Yeah. You're still missing Oath.
And
Sonata,
missing Oath.
And healing for that Lingering Mountain Village Waffle. You have ice fires from there. That's a lot weaker, you would think, from Nasha's perspective. But
yeah, fair point,
so,
fair point. So yeah, it really is all about how Nasho chooses to route this East push. Getting Egos done first is not a bad play considering the song need, but he's gonna have to do Shrine eventually if he wants that Deku Mask. Which locks both of our remaining songs. And the required egg, so locking, yeah, both of our remaining songs.
Right now, Nasho has time of day for Gorman. Yeah, Cake on sound check is tough because you're forced to cycle no matter what. The ideal for Nasho is that he goes to Shrine, finds Deku, still has the milk bar open for the performance. Joe started clawing his way back. Gonna get this nice FD right there on the critical path. Still has to solve the fire arrow puzzle. Despite the spectacular logic tangle we faced here in the mid-game, the logic is there. That lens is not it.
Nasho, unfortunately, not having any strats for Egos without Deku. I've learned, correct me if I'm wrong, you can spam ice arrows, right? It's ice arrows that you can spam?
Ice arrows would be a respectable approach here, especially when you consider Nasho's other options. You didn't get that GFS in Ranch. You don't have Deku. You don't have any sword upgrades at all.
Yeah. Deku is definitely the most fun way to kill Egos, but you gotta have the backup strats. Pojo struggling with Georg's hitbox.
I think I saw a bottle on the pillar.
Is that our last bottle on the pillar?
Bottle percent on the pillar.
Wow.
Yeah. Nasho declines to commit to mirror shield chest, in part because it is junked in Blitz.
Oh, it is
Not
junked
in
in Blitz,
Blitz.
yes.
Yeah.
I did not remember that.
I didn't either. At least not fully. I remembered enough to think I should turn my head over to the Discord list.
Yeah. It's only gonna matter for one more day. Unless it's also in Season 2. And Nasho gonna head towards Shrine.
The Shrine play is the right play here.
Does anybody remember which check in Shrine had Deku?
Is it Ward?
I think it'd be really funny if it was Wart. Thanks, Axel. Chad is saying Wart, so Nasho not gonna get away with not fighting Wart today.
Wouldn't it be a pretty Wart fight if so? Still has the K-Sword.
Yeah. Oh man.
Joe visiting Graveyard on day 3.
Yeah, left grave 1 open, which I knew that he did. And I kind of had a thought that I was like, maybe he's planning on coming back here, and it looks like I was right.
Backtracking for the song.
Where do you think Deku is, Pojo? You know that it's Mountain Village Wath. Why aren't you getting the wallet?
Mojo's best hope at this point, if he's truly forgotten the location of whether the cafe is his second wallet.
Yep.
We don't know where that is.
We have no idea where one might be.
It could even be in a foolish location.
Shiro is not junked. Road to Ikana is foolish. Shiro could totally have a wallet, it's true.
It's true.
I guess somebody found a bean somewhere. I must have missed it.
There was a loose bean out there somewhere. I suspect it's been
Well,
cycled
the
in
lens
now.
on Smithy 2 is only locked by one of the wallets. Technically, the second wallet could be anywhere.
It's true. So Shiro... Yeah, Shiro I don't think could have a wallet. Unless Logic Reduction comes into play, but we're almost 2 hours in. I don't know if I'm able to think about that.
Wallet locks hot spring water. Yeah, but if one of the wallets is available on Literary Cafe,
Bean's
that's
right.
the only one we need, right?
Bean's right, yeah.
I'm confused. We haven't seen Sniffa. The wallet locks... Yeah, one of them does. Wallet could be behind wallet.
It could be. It would just be foolish.
It would be foolish, yeah.
So yeah, it is true. It is true that Shiro could totally have a wallet.
Yeah.
Not that I think our runners would ever think of that. We have a lot of spare cycles here in the commentary booth to think about things like that.
Yeah. So, as we've been kind of talking about that and watching Pojo get tortured by Wart, watching Nacho get tortured by Wart, Pojo gonna go ahead and do the elegy climb with a bean to see what's on Stone Tower bean chests. He already knows that the light arrow Wath is satisfied, but he really does appear to have no idea about this wallet.
There's nothing stopping Game Chest from having a wallet, right?
I don't think there is anything stopping them from having a wallet. It would be a Way of the Hero wallet, technically. It would be an alternate path.
Deku for Nasho. All Nasho needs is to secure Sonata and Oath.
Yep, he's got to realize that he's done except for those two things. Get sound check done. And then use that keg to get Oath.
Fortunately, I do not believe Nasho's time of day has held.
Oh, it's just barely.
Is there a kick out at 5 a.m. at the Milk Bar?
I think there might be a kick out at 5 or maybe 5:30.
It's 5:30. Yeah, kick out at 5.
It's 5.
Good lesson there.
Unfortunate.
Because, yeah, just a fair warning. With entrance shuffles in MMR 2.0, kick-out times and, door entrance times are going to become a bigger point of concern.
Yep, and this is why it's been so complicated to implement any sort of entrance rando, because you don't just have to think about whether it works code-wise, you've got to also think about the logic, and with all of the time of day logic that MMR has, there's so many things to consider, things like whether places are open, whether they're going to trigger a kick-out, whether they're going to trigger, other like weird requirements. And as we cross the 2-hour mark here, happy 2 hours, by the way, we are going to find on Pojo's side Sniffa and the Bean. So Sniffa on Bean chest does mean that we do have a way into the hot spring water without a wallet. So at least there's that taken care of. But it still requires that Garo mask or the Gibdo.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Smithy 1 is not going to give you a discount if you dress up like a pig.
Nope. He will not.
Yeah. Thanks to Katie Bean for the Bean chest report.
And thank you to Katie Bean and Axel for tracking today's race. You're doing a fantastic job. Shout out to our runners, Pojo Lone Wolf, Meisho Dodo, also known as Nasho 3D. We've got blitz settings for you today, and it's 2 hours in, which means that this is a particularly nasty blitz seed. So if you liked today's seed, please be sure to thank Moirvo_, who rolled it and did a very special rolling without the race time integration to make sure that we get an oath hint, which didn't end up being relevant, but it was still nice of him to do. And if you didn't like today's seed, please be sure to blame our restreamer Trezco.
We've had some real spectacles in the weeklies for blitz settings. Add this one to the pile. I was suggesting scrub relocation jokingly, but I've clearly been outdone in terms of prediction.
Yeah. And of course, I forgot to mention that my name is Neuronomicon, and my cohort in the booth is the Mystery Master himself, Fifth Whammy.
Well, thank you. I'm not sure I've mastered anything about this seed today. It's
Well, of course not. It's not a mystery seed. It's a blitz seed.
I'm not sure it was a blitz seed either, no.
Yeah, you know what? I take it back.
Good call for Nasha. That's the oath to order. I mean, Nasha's just got to burn time until the bar opens again, and this is a great way to do it. Get your 2 songs.
Yeah, so as Nasha reminds us, the keg led to Sonata, not Oath. So we have Oath in hand, but we still got to reset for that Sonata. And at this point, Nasho must know that. And so really is just trying to waste time until night 2, the milk bar opens again, and he can finally pick up that keg, reset, grab Sonata, and then finish the game.
Oh. Did Nasho forget the statue?
I don't think so. He does have all songs
Okay.
marked on his tracker except Sonata.
Okay. Okay. I was worried for a second. It's been quite the show. Pojo trying Macau, who had a lot of heart inside him. Both runners have a lot of heart with double defense and, 8 hearts for Pojo, 7 hearts for Nasho. What they don't have is go mode.
Yes. Nasho knows what he needs to do, though. Pojo will still have to either luck out with a wallet or finally bite the bullet and go get the one off of Cafe. Which at this point, I'm not so sure that he has too much time left to do that in this race.
I believe the Season 6 Grand Finals game, too, was shorter than this.
Yeah. No, there were people that were getting like 215s consistently in standard settings, tournament settings. And now here we are with a Blitz seed that's taking longer than that.
Yes. Blitz is merely a suggestion.
It's merely a suggestion.
Usually it's heated, but the weeklies have been devious.
So Pojo has reset and does appear to be rolling towards the direction of this letter to Cafe. So at long last, he might be showing us that yes, he does know what this is and what it leads to.
Okay, there we go.
So definitely something to ask him is whether or not he's whether he forgot this or just really, really wanted to not have to do this sequence here.
We're at the cafe. The wallet is on Curiosity Shop Man 1. That'll be a day 3 check, forcing a cycle for Smithy 1. And then Pojo will have to take it to night 3 again to finish out.
So it does seem that we have a race. We have a race today.
For all of this, this is still a real contest.
I do think that Nasho still has the advantage because I think all he has to do is reset.
Because the keg is not resetting.
Yeah.
Is he worried about money?
Maybe.
Stuff in the bank.
No, he does not have, he had no money in the bank. Wow.
He had to deposit 50.
Yeah.
Which is understandable because there's nothing past Bank 1 available in Blitz, check-wise. So, one of the big themes of Majora's Mask is how you spend the time that you have, and the randomizer is no different. Keep an eye on those clocks, chat. They're gonna matter a lot. You really are encouraged to take that money right back out when you go north, because not only do you have Smithy, you've also got the scrub purchase for 200.
Very true. So yeah, I'll say this: if Pojo manages to make it to Snowhead Temple before Nasho manages to enter Woodfall Temple, then he might have a shot. But even still, he'll have to manage the time of day. Both runners will have to manage their time of day in very specific ways to avoid waiting a bunch by the clock tower.
Yeah, I mean, Nasho does not have to cycle again, can secure Sonata, enter Woodfall, immediately dial in his doubles. So wallet, a rupee. As long as Pojo has 100 in the bank.
Which I believe he does.
Worst case, you do have light arrows.
Yep, you just bum a couple 50s. Yep, if Pojo is subscribed to the Princess to the Moon rewards program, then he may very well bring the Princess to the Moon. Oh, that's not quite 100. That is not quite 100 rupees.
There's a Tektite available in Mountain Village. Grab some arrows. Take a shot on his 50. Only Tornallons, but yeah, just only 12 rupees short, so you only need one Tektite.
Oh, true. Yeah, I'm not sure that Nasho is about the whole Princess to the Moon meme, but I could be wrong.
What's Nasho doing right now?
Nasho is trying to do a gainer into the inn, which I don't really understand. What does Nasho want out of the inn? I think that Nasho should be rushing night 3. Oh, do you...
Oh.
Grandma for long story, maybe?
2 long stories gets you to day 3.
Yeah.
Granted, what you're paying 12 to 15 seconds per double. Is visiting Grandma this way? It might be worth 2 doubles, or 4 doubles.
Yeah, no, that's definitely faster, but I'm not sure if it's that much faster if you fail those gainers that many times. And even still, you still have to really make it worth it, especially with this dungeon being the only dungeon left. I would say you should have just gone ahead and played double time one more time, just to have those extra, just to have it go ahead and be night 3 as soon as possible.
Pojo had to skip Hot Spring Water 2 for an additional delay. Cannot move past day 1 until securing these fires. He has secured a time of day advantage. Not quite secure, but one more double will do it.
Alright, so there goes Nasho making it to night 3.
Yeah.
And Pojo going to pick up the fire arrows momentarily. And then probably go mode Snowhead, which also doesn't take that long. So this will be a very close race. It might be down to Majora, in which case Pojo has the combat advantage. Although, but I guess both runners have FD, so never mind.
Yeah, both runners have FD. Both runners have double magic. There's fires for Pojo.
There's go mode for Pojo. He's gonna soar straight to Snowhead Temple and try to make something happen here.
Nasho, decent job in the pre-boss room. Even if you lose time there, you've got to wait anyway. An arrow to the knee. Has FD on the buttons, not using it.
Yeah.
But again, the real boss here is the clock.
Indeed. Yeah, so all things considered, Nasho should end up in the clock tower roof first. So it'll just be a question of how nice the Majora RNG is to Nasho for whether we really have a race.
Final dungeon entry for Pojo. Here are the doubles. 3 doubles needed for Pojo.
Oh, Nasho going for the princess, so I might be completely wrong. Nasho does know the meme.
Yeah,
Is
it's
a princess to the
bit
mooner.
Yeah, just a little bit of slowdown here, really.
And Nasho choosing to walk back to the clock town. Oh, maybe not.
Okay, just gonna soar. I think once you add up all the area transitions, the soar might be faster.
I think the soar from here specifically, the soar is faster. There are other places where you can get there with relatively few transitions.
We are going to be treated to our Bremen March after all. Maybe? Don't tease us, Nasho.
I think he'd rather do whatever this is.
And N64 Zelda Engine Quirks Exhibition. A Pixel Shake would just super slide around Termina Field.
Oh yeah, that's what he would do, for sure. How is he doing that? Oh, there comes the Bremen March.
Be around 2 minutes 15 seconds to the moon for Nasho.
Yeah, and Pojo, once he gets done with all these cutscenes and transitions, I would wager that he'll be about 30 seconds behind, 40 seconds in terms of in-game time. Oh wait, no, my math is off. No, times 4, like maybe 160 seconds behind.
Yeah, it might be 3 Termina hours. So
yeah.
45 seconds of Termina hour means 2 minutes 15 seconds. Ish. Cutscenes are going to eat up some time. He's got to get his remain. He's got to drop back down to Mountain Village.
Oh, and we are going to do a little bit of a different strat here on Goat. We're gonna bomb FD, but from this side, which I've never seen before.
You do it a fair bit quicker. Just got a timer throw,
nice.
Right? A faster kill. So, yeah, good for style points. Unfortunately, you have to munch time off the clock, too.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, a very welcome demonstration from Pojo.
Yes, I think it is going to end up being about 4 hours, which is what I thought. It's 40 seconds per hour. So roughly 2 minutes. Oh, even more. No, wait, no. Yeah, something like 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
And yes, you absolutely should just roll from here.
Four transitions away. You will gain time this way.
Oof, the fire arrows. He's gonna continue to Bremen march up the stairs. Alright, playing Oath. Oh, just under 2 minutes behind in terms of in-game time.
Wow. He's taking the Bremen March the whole way. Bremen on the moon.
Nasho, why? Nasho, don't tell me you're stream sniping. You know you're ahead.
Yeah, this is nerve-wracking.
Nasho, what are you doing?
Pojo is taking walking the circumference of Clocktown to save on a transition.
Somebody check whether he's watching Pojo's stream.
I have Bremen March from Southern Swamp before, but the moon.
This is a new one.
Majora gap, less than 2 minutes now.
Yeah, so just giving some time back to Pojo for free. What an ego play.
Yes. Well, Ego's minions do respect the Bremen March. Majora does not. So I think we're going to see FD put on now. I mean, I think.
Yeah, I would be salty too if I was Pojo and I saw that. Like, it's borderline disrespectful. Pojo's basically been in table flip mode the whole race. I don't know when he switched to the controller one. But, like, basically as soon as he saw the required keg hint, he switched to table flip.
Accurate. It was a real feat of perseverance from both our runners here on Restream. In the end, Kwame did Nasho a massive favor.
Indeed. Yeah, he would have gotten punished for that wart skip otherwise.
Survives a hot spring water seed. Sign of the Bremen March on Pojo's side. A pictograph box?
Picto? Nasho! What are you doing?
We took a picture of Majora. We're playing Majora's Mask Map.
He's playing games up here.
How many points is Professor Oak going to give Link for this one, you reckon?
I don't know.
GG.
And GG's to Nasho. Gonna finish with the official racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 23 minutes, 47 seconds. First out of 3 runners today.
Let's everybody.
Pojo gonna go ahead and finish the seed because it's so close anyway. Incredible, Nasho.
Yeah, additional prizes include a princess, sustained Bremen marching, a photograph, and 4 rupees in cash. What a show. What a show.
Yeah, what else is there to say? What a seed, what a show. National already ending stream.
Traditionally, Nasha does an interview, but his race room comments: absolute BS or cinema? Question mark. We should get an interview from Pojo now. Quite a seat. GG Pojo. 2 hours, 25 minutes, 26 seconds. Time of day in the end.
Yeah. But also just we gotta ask him about that letter to Cafe, because that honestly, I think that's what really did him in, just refusing to get that.
Having that in hand and
would have definitely walked away with this race if he had gotten that.
Yeah, it's time of day is key to MMR. I mean, it's fundamental to MM thematically, and we see what a difference it made. Pojo passed that tree, at around 10:30, 10:40 or so. Not enough time to turn in an LTK that cycle. Gets passed up, doesn't get back to it, and usually you don't get stung, but today wasn't usually.
I don't think sub 2 was on the table, Arcticuma, but maybe sub 215.
Joe has confirmed we're getting an interview. I was thinking about running this seed.
Yeah, I was also thinking about it, but I didn't have any time to practice. I'm too busy grinding Splatoon. And they're about to change the settings anyway, so I was like, I'll just have fun watching.
Yeah, I ran a multi-world race last night, so I wanted a bit of a break.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's what turned out happening, but exercising the commentary muscles is important. I'm going to need them soon.
Yeah, definitely. And we are joined in the booth now by Pojo Lone Wolf, who is muted.
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry. There you go.
And GG's to you, my friend.
GG's time of day. No.
I'd like to commend you for your survival.
Yes, this was one might hesitate to call this a blitz siege.
Yes, very much so. You could have told me this was an S6 seed and I wouldn't have blinked an eye.
Yeah, I mean, you would have done a lot of other stuff that was junked in these settings, but hey, speaking of which, how is the toilet hand guy doing? Did you enjoy visiting him?
Oh yeah, that's right. He's dead, isn't he?
He sure is.
I remembered all the other dead things, but I forgot about Toilet Hand.
I had to remember many of the dead things as we went myself. So, wow. Yeah, very, very, very puzzling seed, really.
Indeed,
so,
yeah. A lot of different puzzles to consider.
Yeah, so you rushed ranch. It mostly worked out very well for you. Not for the ranch per se, but for the Goron on Stockpot Inn.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you see what Cafe had on his head as you were headed off the launcher pool?
Yes, I did, and it just took me several minutes too long to remember. Like, I know I need a wallet because I know the fires are on Smithy 1, and just like trying to think, where am I going to find a wallet? So I'm like, well, I can go back and get the Moon's Tier and that letter to, what is that, the Ocean Title Deed that was in Exterior. And then as I'm about to climb up, I'm like, well, wait a second. And you see me cycle and rush it. So
yeah, paper placement
so that
was
explains
the
that, yeah.
mistake. That letter to Mama in Great Bay Temple, thankfully not an issue, but tell us about that letter to the Cafe. We noticed you had passed the RTSS around, what is it, in day 2 in the morning?
yeah, day 2 in the morning. Yeah, it was pretty early. At that point, I had forgotten that there was a wall on the Cafe's head.
So you just didn't regard it as important when you saw it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about grabbing it because at that point I was still under the impression that I needed the new toilet hand. So I meant to grab it on the way back and throw it in the toilet, but of course that wouldn't have gotten me the wallet. So yeah, so I just decided to pass it right up. I think I remember I got the Mountain Title Deed off of Swamp Arch, I think.
That's correct.
Yeah, so I that combined with, did I already have Zora at that point? That was like 2 hours ago.
You were not as early to Zora, I don't think.
Oh no, I had just gotten Zora. It was in the grotto. It was in the grotto.
Yes. Yeah.
You were Goron first, and Nasha was Zora first. Took a more traditional line. You took day 1, day 2, day 3.
Yeah.
Did delay his Goron mask some. Yeah.
So you had the information, you had the Goron mask, you really had an early game advantage, and it's just unfortunate what happened with that letter to Cafe.
Yeah. That and my decision to, I don't know, that would have saved me is not having done GBT when I did. If I had, figured out, that Cafe mask sooner and saved GBT for, my endgame dungeon.
In fairness, I mean, we were all thinking on Restream that, we're seeing a good GPT package, which in all of you, with the exception of the ISOs, that was the wrinkle. And it was a real wrinkle because we all really forgot about Observatory. And that Captain's had a really point that long.
Yeah.
But also, speaking of, sorry, go ahead, Pocho.
The whole seed was full of, question marks. Initially, I'm sure we all thought, that sound check is going to be the bottleneck of the seed. Nope. And then, when I found the Captain's Hat, then found the Graveyard Wath right after, I'm like, oh, geez. So, I rushed over there, get the All Night's mask. I'm thinking, oh, this is going to lead the fires, and then the fires are going to get me ice in springtime. But no. So.
Nope. And yeah, the whole lens fire arrows debacle really making us scratch our head about the well hot spring water being kind of the logical way to get that, because we speaking of GBT, we got to talk about the thing that almost did Nasho in, which was skipping GBT Wart and never going for it. So Nasho almost never had any kind of access to work with at all, and in fact didn't for a lot of the seed, and the only thing that bailed them out was finally finding that required Gypto mask, at least logically required, which was on Kome.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
So that bailed him out. That's the reason he was even able to finish.
Yeah, I mean, by the time, I thought about Kume, but by the time I was thinking about Kume, I was already, already had the lens very much out of logic lens, and it's like, well, I know I need to do this, and if my wallet's on Kume, that really sucks. So I just hoped it wasn't the case, and at least that was true. Yeah. So
that was true, yeah.
This was, a bottle scarce seed. in the early game. I think
Until a certain
bottle-
point, and then we got bottle percent.
Yeah. You have to do Postman's Hat from GBT for a bottle, or you go to RTSS for the Gold Dust bottle. Not RTSS.
Path to
Stowhead.
Snowhead.
Path to
Yeah, that's the it. Yeah.
Yeah. RTSS would be too kind.
It would be. There were 2 bottles in Snowhead, and there was a bottle on the Castle Pillar was the last one that we saw.
I never went in there. So.
I forgot where the Chateau bottle was. Wasn't it in Pinnacle Rock?
There was something in Pinnacle Rock.
So.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
It was unfortunately not a bottle. You did go there pretty early.
Yeah.
Gotcha. As long as we're Keaton.
Bremen.
Um,
Bremen on Pinnacle Rock.
Bremen. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
As long as we're thinking about where things were, hey Muervo, if you're still around, could you inform us where that other wallet was that could have bailed Pojo out? If he's still around, hopefully he is.
Yeah.
Because I'm very
I would
curious
like
about
to know.
that. No spoiler because WebGen. Oh, okay, understandable.
Okay. I can live without knowing.
If you say pretty please, I might be able to get it for you.
Pretty, please.
All right, time for Tress to play the seed and hunt around for that wallet.
No,
Yeah.
but
The WebGen can save and load presets now, so it's easier to make adjustments. I have a couple myself I've been using to test things for
Yes.
research. I mean, it's just for entertainment, but I can call it research too. It's funny.
For those of you who don't know, we are talking about version 2.0 of MMR, which is technically in beta, but it's not a release of the randomizer for your computer. It is on the web. mmrandomizer.com will get you the newest generator. And yes, it has a bunch of different UI changes. It has new settings, and it's got a really robust, like they were just saying, preset system where you can kind of load common presets. You can change and make your own custom presets, and they'll just stay there. Or you can download them if you're the kind of person that doesn't use cookies or anything.
To be fair, there will also be an offline, just not yet.
Yeah, we got to finish beta testing it. We've got to deal with all of the entrance rando logic that's new and shiny.
So, which wallet did we find?
We found the one on Cafe's face.
Yeah, Curiosity Shop Day, Man 1.
The other one was in well left.
Oh, good heavens.
Left side well. No way.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was probably never getting that.
Yeah, so guess what, Pojo? Kome did lock your wallet.
No. Well, at that point, I would have just, got the hot spring water in the well. So.
Yeah. But you would have still need the wallet to get Smithy 1, which was fire arrows.
Yeah. I just would have gotten the wallet that was in the well.
Yep.
And then hot spring water from there right after.
Exactly.
Well, they're 2 rooms away.
What a seed. Thank you so much, Morvo, for that wonderful seed. And thank you, Trez, for restreaming. Thank you to our trackers, Axel Ryman and KT Bean. And once again, my name is Neuronomicon. I've been joined by Fifth Whammy. And unless I'm confused, I think that's about it.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. See you next week for the reveal of Blitz Season 2. But after this, I can't guarantee the season will be fast, to be fair.
How can I even follow that up when the commentators do the perfect outro? Thank you all for watching. Have a good night, and see you.